Welcome back to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. It's time, once again, for those egocentric attention whores, Harry and Meghan. Falling like a stone. This is exactly what I have been saying in several of my previous videos about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Their popularity is drying up. Given that today is when Prince Harry's tell-all book that he entitled Spare has been officially released, this past Sunday is when he did 2 different interviews to shill the book. He did an interview on CBS's show 60 Minutes with correspondent Anderson Cooper, and he did a much longer 90-minute televised interview in the UK. Well, the Nielsen ratings are in for Harry's 60 Minutes interview, and the numbers speak volumes. 10.52 million people tuned in to see Harry bemoan and criticize the royal family. And why is this such an interesting number? Because back when Harry and Meghan did their interviews with Oprah Winfrey back in 2021, which was also televised in the US on CBS, 17.1 million viewers tuned in. So in just 2 years, the total number of people interested in seeing Prince Harry complain and criticize members of his own family dropped by 6.58 million people, which is a drop of 38.5%. So more than a third fewer people watched Prince Harry on Sunday in the US than back in 2021. That's a lot of people. But the numbers in the UK, Harry's home country, are even more interesting. There, only 4.2 million people tuned in to watch Prince Harry's interview, which lasted for 90 minutes total. And that wasn't even the most watched show in the UK, because 5.3 million people, which is over a million more than who watched Harry moan and complain, instead tuned into the BBC to watch the second episode of the TV drama Happy Valley. In fact, 2 years ago, 11.3 million people in the UK had watched Harry and Meghan's 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey. So in the UK, interest in watching Prince Harry plummeted by 7.1 million people, which is equivalent to a 63% decline. That's a drop of nearly 2/3 in the UK, which is enormous. So if you add the total number of people who watched Harry's interviews on Sunday in both the US and the UK, you get a figure of around 14.7 million people, which is still less than the 17.1 million people who watched him and Meghan with Oprah Winfrey in the US alone in 2021. So between the US and the UK, 28.4 million people watched Harry and Meghan's interviews with Oprah Winfrey in 2021. That means that between the US and the UK, the 14.7 million people who cared enough to watch Harry's interviews this past Sunday represented a combined drop of 13.7 million people from 2021, or just over 48%. Harry and Meghan's popularity is dropping so much so that in the UK, the results of a newly released YouGov poll show that 64% of Brits have a negative view of Harry, while just 26% see him in a positive light, according to the local paper called The Evening Standard. The more that Harry and Meghan complain about how miserable that their privileged lives are, the fewer the people who actually give a damn. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to see more of our videos in the future and help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.